Brian, I want a word with you.
Do you now?
Yeah. Outside.
Got the big A, did you, Mr. Stewart?
No, they're just transferring me, that's all.
They should have hung you.
Well, I don't think they'd go as far as that. They might ask me to resign, of course, but that's okay with me. Because I'm pretty sick and tired, in any case, prodding big fat cows like you around.
You know something? The police are onto you, Jock.
No. In fact, they've asked me to help them with their investigations. And I'm a pretty helpful chap, as you well know. You see, that accident of Gilmore's seems to have them a little bit flummoxed.
Accident, my ass. You killed her.
You know something, Bryant? The staff are pretty well convinced that you need psychiatric help. Why don't you just show them all how right they are, huh?
You're gonna get yours, you know that?
No, you see, because it's only your word against mine. And you're as nutty as a fruitcake. Now, I'm going to walk right out of here, free as a bird. Forget the whole thing. But you're going to be locked up for a long, long time. Long enough to go start ravers. Shouldn't have done that, Brian. I was very, very naughty. You know, for that, I'm going to have to tell you the whole truth. You see, I did kill her. Yeah, I did. You want to know why? Because she overheard me heavying Anderson. And then the silly little slut thought she was going to blackmail me. So I stopped her on the landing. And I just put my hands round her throat. And I said to her, listen, how about giving us a wee kiss before I chuck you down the stairs? You should have heard her. She promised me everything. And then I said to her, sorry, kid, I'm just not in the mood. I gave her one hard shove. And you know something else? She made a sound when she hit the bottom. Sounded like one of those full hot water bottles. See you around, kid. It's been nice knowing you.
We didn't expect you back quite so soon, Mr. Stewart.
You're gonna have to learn not to take such a great interest in your clients, Doris.
It's just that I like to look after my special customers. If I'd known you were coming... Sally isn't here, you see.
We better get somebody else, then.
Yes, of course. If you'd like to wait in there, I'll see you're well looked after.
Not a worry in the world, Doris.
When you first escaped, I thought you might have come after me. I didn't think you'd forget that very easily. Now it looks like I got you just where I want you, lassie. You know, I could kill you right now. Walk right out of that door and never lose a night's sleep. You know that?
Why don't you?
Well, there wouldn't be much fun in that now, would there, eh? And I'm a man who likes his pleasures, you know that. You're not so chirpy now, Brian, are you, eh? You know what? I reckon that you owe your old friend Jock here a bit of a favor. And you're not much of a posie to say no in any case, are you?
What do you want me to do?
You wouldn't have a clue, would you? What I want, you couldn't possibly supply. I know what you are, Brian. You couldn't satisfy the likes of me. wouldn't have a clue. But I tell you what you are going to do. You're going to work for Jock. That's right. Because every time I come in here, I'm going to want $300 from you. You understand?
Well, what if I don't?
If you don't, I'll do two things. First of all, I'll break every bone in your body. That's right. And then I'll inform my friends, the boys in blue, that you and your wee friend, Helen Smart, are right here for the pickings. You'll both be whisked off to Wentworth in a flash. I promise you something, if you don't, you'll be sorry for the day you ever heard the name Jock Stewart. Poor wee Sharon Gilmer. Eh? You remember her? Eh? Pretty wee thing, too. I remember her all lying crumpled at the bottom of these stairs. Poor wee thing. But you know, you were absolutely bonkers to think you could put me away, Brian. Yeah, bonkers. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. Now, listen. I'm going to call in here every day, see? I'm going to ask for you. And they'll think you're doing a real good job if you can satisfy me. And each time I come in, I'm going to want that 300. Now, you're going to have to work bloody hard to get that sort of money together, aren't you, eh? You know, just looking at you at any case, Brian, I reckon that, I reckon you could really do with the practice. Don't you? Eh? I'll see you tomorrow.
He's finished.
Well, what are you doing?
Hello, police?
Oh, Judy,
Stop it. You, looking for Judy Bryant? There's a man called Jock Stewart who used to work at Wentworth. Now, if you follow him, you'll find her. Because he's looking after her. You'll get your money. Just don't push me, okay?
I'll get my money, all right. Don't worry about that, Brian. Because if I don't, I'll bash the living daylights out of you, and that's a promise.
All right. It's just that I can't get any money with you hanging about me all the time, can I?
Ooh. What's the hurry? I mean, after all, I'm paying for this. Might as well get something out of it. Why don't you be nice to old Jock, eh?
You gotta be kidding. No! That's not part of the deal!
Well, Sharon Gilmer was nice. She was very nice. I mean, one dyke's as good as another.
You bastard! You
Place hands on the table. Right, you're both under arrest.
I'm just having a little massage. There's no crime in that, is there?
Your name Jock Stewart?
It is, yeah. What about it?
Do you know who this woman is?
Haven't a clue.
Come on, Stewart. What we just heard outside the door makes you and Judy Bryant here good mates.
Never seen her before in my life.
Oh, come on, Jock. You might as well tell them the truth. The game's up now.
Stinking rotten bitch. Stewart! All right, go on. Come on. You're an ex-screw, aren't you? I got news for you. I'm gonna throw the book at you. A quiet spell on the other side of the bars will be no picnic, will it? Eh? Not so fast.
Well, it was worth a try, wasn't it? I just want to say one thing to you, Jock. This one was for Sharon. And I hope they kill you.
Come on. To us.
And Uncle Archie. Let's not forget the horse either.
You all right now? Yeah, I'm fine. I just have to go to the loo, that's all.
Hey, Uncle Arch. It's Uncle Arch. Congratulations, Uncle Arch.
Thanks, Jeff. Hello, Laurie.
Oh, hello, Uncle Arch. This is my mother.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs.
Judy. Everyone calls me Judy.
It's okay by me, Judy. Well, what are we all drinking?
Well, nothing at the moment, thanks, Uncle Arch. Mum and I have to go.
Go already.
I'll be back in a second.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Well, I'll have the champers lined up when you get back.
Harry, you remember the day.
Arch Maynard.
Hello, Mr. Maynard. My name's Andrew McLeod. I'm a friend of Jeff's from up north.
Oh, yeah?
Look, I've been in New Zealand a couple of years. I heard he was stopping with you, is that right?
Well, no, he's in town on his honeymoon.
Oh, so he did marry her.
Oh, you know Laurie?
Well, not really, but he wrote to me about her.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah.
The number of letters we got, I thought he was illiterate.
Well, actually, it was the only one I ever got myself, I can assure you. Look, I wonder if you could help me contact him. I didn't want to bust in his honeymoon, but I've only got a couple of days left before I go back to New Zealand.
Oh, I can't see any harm in that. They're staying with Laurie's mum. Hang on a minute, I'll get you the address.
Good. You've got a daughter, haven't you? She just married a nice, upright young man. His uncle just happens to be a pretty well-heeled man of property. Am I coming through?
Why do you have to drag Arch and Jeff into this?
The reason why I want to drag them in is that I need a wee loan, say about $5,000, just to get me started off afresh. I think you can convince Uncle Arch to help me out there, don't you?
Get out of this car before I call the cops. You think I was born yesterday? $5,000 would only just be a down payment.
You're smart, right? You always were. That's how I know you'll get that money for me. Otherwise, I'll tell that wee daughter of yours and her husband. Her mother used to work for me in the massage parlor. Telling tricks at $20 a throw. Lying flat in your back.
She'd never believe you, you bastard.
Why shouldn't she? It's the truth.
All right. Coming. Who is it? Jeff? God, what's wrong? Oh! How dare you come back here! Get out!
It's a nice way to treat your old friend, Jock. Only come over here to keep you company. Seeing as how your daughter's gone away now.
Well, they've gone to the movies, haven't they? They'll be back any minute.
Is that a fact? Funny they took all the luggage with them, isn't it, eh? I'd say they'd gone to Archie's for a couple of days, wouldn't you? See, I know Archie quite well. Had a long chat with him on the phone just the other day.
You bastard!
No, you don't, right?
Kill you!
Reminds me of the time you tried to stick me with a knife, eh? You didn't do too well then, either, did you, you blade? Hey! Come on, try! You bloody bitch!
Oh, my God!
Try it! Try it!
Oh, my God!
Well, it's about that Jock Stewart who used to work here. He's turned up again. He's demanding money from her and getting heavy and everything.
What's he doing? Blackmailing her? Threats of violence? Took a lot of courage for Doreen to speak to me, especially with the way the women are treating her at the moment.
Are you planning on bringing in the police?
I think it's the best way, don't you?
I don't. I don't want them involved in this.
Look, I could report it myself.
I'll deny it.
Judy, why don't you tell me the whole story? And then perhaps you'll be interested in an idea that I've got.
You must think I'm a real fool, Brian. You know how long it took me to find out your address that day after the trots, don't you? Wouldn't take me more than about, 10 minutes to find out her address in Queensland. Might even be worth the trip up there. She's quite a spunky-looking little lady.
You bastard!
Yeah, get that money. I'll do a pay visit to that wee daughter of yours. Eh?
Hi there, Mr. Stewart.
What's this? Hidden witnesses? You're getting devious, Brian. Very devious.
I suggest you leave this place now and never come back. The police will be very interested in what I just overheard.
You must be a very brave woman, Mrs. Morris. Because I know you're not a fool. I could get rid of the two of you right here and now. No one would be any the wiser.
You don't think I'd be stupid enough not to let anyone know where I am or who I'm with? Police will pick you up in a couple of hours.
You're bluffing.
Pentridge must have been a breeze for you last time. Locked in isolation, away from all the other prisoners who hated you. I wonder what sort of treatment you'll get next time when they find out you've killed a fellow prison officer. I think you've seen the last of him.
I hope so. You, Mrs. Morris? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Go away. Go away. Ah, go away. Ah,
You don't think this chair's gonna stop me, do you?
And I suppose you're wondering what I'm going to do to you, Brian. Well, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you real bad. Just to teach you a lesson. Of course, now that Meg Morris has stuck her nose in, I have to shoot through after I've done it. Because she'll inform the police as soon as she finds out where you are. I think Queensland might be a nice place to go to. It's nice at this time of the year. Plenty of sunshine, lots of women. I might even look up little Laurie for you, eh? You'd appreciate that. Well, you're recovering in the hospital, wouldn't you, eh? Getting a letter from Laurie saying how she'd run into your old friend, Jock Stewart.
You evil bastard! You'll never hurt Laurie, you evil bastard! I'll kill you, bastard! Son of a bitch! I never done it!
You make too many bloody mistakes.
Oh, my God! Oh,
You bitch!
For God's sake. For God's sake, Bride, please help me. Please, I can't move.
Sharon couldn't move either. You remember Sharon, Jock? 'Cause I do. Well, this one's for Sharon. And Dor. And me. And all the women that you've bashed and hurt. Please.
At least call an ambulance, please. I can't move. Oh, please, I can't move. Oh, please, please. Oh, please, Bride.